Benjamin. I'm a social gerontologist, Director of People and Culture for Kelch Communities. So excited that you've chosen to take some time to talk about this very important topic. Would love to know who's with me today. Would love in the chat if you'd go ahead and tell, what's your role? Are you a family caregiver? Are you a person in a hospital who's trying to figure out how to keep your patients connected to their families? Are you a person who's handling home care, coordinating that for folks? Like what's your role in this work, whether it be as a family or as a professional? I'd love to hear what you're doing and why you've decided to be part of this today. Really would love to know that. I want to say a quick housekeeping note. At the end of this event, you will be given the opportunity to fill out a quick feedback survey. Would love your feedback. We are giving away the Caregiver's Care Package. It's designed by a licensed family therapist who was a caregiver herself and decided to create a care package program for people who are caring for another human being. And she also created a journal that is designed with evidence-based practices for creating balance in your life when you are really at risk of burning out by caring for someone else. This is a picture of the last month's person who won, and she's someone who takes care of her family member and was very excited about getting to be the winner. Quick thank you to the Kelch family who helped sponsor today, along with AGE-u-cate. And the Kelch family started way back in the 1950s, caring for seniors. And in the 1970s, they built one of America's very first assisted living communities. And they have continued as a family to do this work across the United States, 8 states, 32 communities, memory care, assisted living, and independent living. Love working with the Kelch family because of their history and because they are a family-owned and operated company. We are also working with AGE-u-cate today to bring this to you. AGE-u-cate is a fascinating organization, and I'd like to introduce the CEO, Pam Brandon, to tell you a little bit about AGE-u-cate and what they're up to over there. They create some of the most innovative education related to aging and dementia that you'll find anywhere. And so you definitely need to know about AGE-u-cate if you're interested in innovation and working with seniors. So Pam, take it away.
Hi, I'm Pam Brandon, founder of AGE-u-cate Training Institute. We're happy to be partnering with Kelch Communities for this event. We both know how very important it is to stay well connected with your loved ones, whether they are living in a community or at home. Our mission at AGE-u-cate is to ignite change in how we care for our elders, especially those who are living with dementia. Our Dementia Live program delves deep into how it feels to live with cognitive challenges through an easy-to-deliver yet powerful dementia simulation experience. A greater sense of empathy, understanding results from stepping inside their world and then applying our unique empowerment tools in your day-to-day care practices. Our Compassionate Touch training offers research-based skilled touch techniques and specialized communications that provide calm, comfort, and connections to another person that have proven to reduce the use of antipsychotic medications while lessening many stress-related behaviors. Our flashback life engagement activity is fun, flexible, and draws on the incredible power of reminiscence. Please visit us to learn more about our programs and products that help improve the quality of life of our elders and their care partners. Our YouTube channel includes many no-cost ideas that will provide tips and tools that will help you better care for your loved one, especially during these challenging times. Thank you.
Thank you, Pam. So glad to partner with you. It is always a pleasure to work together with the AGE-u-cate team because you guys do such creative things. Love working with you, Pam. So we're trying to answer a question today, a question that families have had for a long time, especially as families began to spread out across the United States and not be in the same city as an aging relative. Families have been asking the question, how do I stay connected even when I'm far apart, even when my career or my family life or other commitments makes it difficult to meld together with people I love, but who are living a very different lifestyle, perhaps in a retirement community, perhaps in a more rural area. Today, this question is becoming even more important to families. Some families are not able to visit someone they care about because they live in a retirement community, or they live at home with home care agency caring for them, and they just are asking, hey, please stay away, don't come near mom because we don't want her to get sick. Right? So families are asking this question in a big, big way right now. And you might be a family caregiver yourself. You might be someone who is taking care of an elder in some capacity. You might be coordinating care for them. You might be checking in on them. They might be living with you. And there's other family members that are wanting to be more engaged in their life, or they may not be living with you and they may be living in some sort of retirement setting. You might be a senior living professional or an aged care professional, home care, home health, senior living, hospital. Thank you for coming today, because each of you, family caregivers and professionals, play a really important role right now in advocating that every elder in the United States and across the planet, if you're joining us from another country, have access to ways to stay connected to the people that they care about. So I'm going to be going really fast today. I don't want you to feel like you got to take notes, because this is recorded, and so you'll get the replay as soon as this event is over. You'll also, if you would like the slides, you can email me. All you need to do is email me at this email address right there, bms@kelschsenior.com. If you've received any emails about this event because you registered for it, that was from my email address. You can just reply and just say, hey, please send me those slides. So hopefully that will help. I've also worked on a Medium blog article related to this event. It's not as detailed, but it does have the links to pretty much everything I talk about today. So hey, let's get started. How do I stay connected with an aging relative when I cannot visit in person? That's the question we're trying to answer today. Before I get into the various methods and the various new technologies that make this even more possible than ever before, I want to start by saying, here's 7 things that can make virtual visits better. Because from my experience as a gerontologist, it's very easy to get into a rut when talking with an older person. Unless it's an older person that we have a deep relationship with and we can just get along in a moment's notice, sometimes you make the phone call and you don't know what to say, or you end up saying the same things or telling the same stories, or just how you feeling good, you went to the doctor, yeah, the doctor was great, yeah, okay, I watched this show, oh, did you see what happened on the news, okay, have a good night, right? And it can be really, really hard to feel like you're connecting. You've known this person a very long time, perhaps. You feel like you know every story. What else would you ask them? And maybe their world has become a little more narrow than yours by virtue of their ability levels. They're not traveling as much. They're not talking to as many people. They're not reading as much. And you start to feel like, what do I talk about? So these are things that can really make those virtual visits more engaging. Number 1, show pictures with screen shares. If you're using some sort of video chat, don't just chat. Turn on the pictures. If you're using Skype or Zoom or something like that, it's so easy to be able to show pictures from your Facebook feed, from Instagram, pictures that you took with your camera. You can show pictures and get talking about what you're seeing. Tell stories. Inspire reminiscing through telling stories. Hey, Dad, I was thinking about the time you and I went fishing, and I love the way you taught me how to cast the line, because I had never seen that before. That was really cool. Oh, yeah, well, that's great. I learned that from my dad. Right? Start reminiscing. Prompt reminiscing through telling stories yourself, and it will prompt other stories from the person you're talking to. Number 3, give a tour. So you've got your phone or you've got your device and you're doing a video chat. Go outside. Show them the garden. If you're at the park, walk around the park. Show them the kids playing in the park. Maybe you did some renovation in the house. Show them what you did, right? Do a little tour. Ask good questions. Many elders, they have a lot of wisdom, but nobody's asking them about their wisdom. Nobody's ever asking them, hey, give me your advice. What would you do about this? My child's not eating vegetables. How did you get your kids to eat vegetables? Hey, I understand you're a dad. What are some things you did to tell your kids you really loved them when, there was conflict in the home? What did you do? Right? Ask questions that get them to share their wisdom. It really makes things so much more interesting and gives them a deep sense of purpose. Number 5, interview. Ask questions about their life. Get their life story. Say, hey, I want to write down part of your story and share with the family. I got some questions to ask you. And be a little more formal about it. Ask the questions and write down some notes. Even if you don't know for sure if you're going to have time to write a full story, those little notes will come in handy one day when you're trying to remember a part of this aging relative's life. Read. Even someone with dementia usually can read to very late stages in the dementia. Have something there for them to read to you, maybe in big print, maybe you mail it ahead of time and say, hey, could you read that to me? Or maybe you read to them, right? Poem, short story. But add reading, poetry or prose into conversations. And then number 7, pray. Maybe you're a spiritual person. Maybe they're a spiritual person. Maybe no one prays with them anymore. Maybe they can't go to synagogue, church. Maybe they can't do that. And praying's been a big part of their life. Praying over the phone is something that can make a big difference for a senior and really add richness to the conversation. Now, a lot of families use some typical tools, and I'm not going to be digging into these typical tools today. I think they're great tools, and I don't think you should not use them. And I don't think you should go buy a new tech tool just because it's a new tech tool. Like, use tools that you've already been using if they work well, right? So a few of the typical tools that you're not going to go to an online event to learn about are non-tech tools would be mail by the Postal Service, in-person visits, and landline phone calls to a very simple phone, right? Those are 3 things that I call non-new tech tools, things that elders have been using for, let's say, about a century. And then there's the newer tech, typical tools. These are smartphone calls, video chat with Skype, FaceTime and Zoom, texting, emailing, sharing a video or a photo from my phone to their phone. These are all great things. And for many families, this is all you need, right? You just got to be intentional about actually doing it. That's the biggest thing, is actually do it, actually use the tools. But if you have a system in place to use the tools and the family's all on the same page about using the tools and the elder is able to use their smartphone really well or use their tablet and there's no problem, they're not calling you, how do I turn this on? I can't figure out these icons. You're probably fine without using anything we're going to talk about today. But be intentional and really use these tools that are before you and put together a plan for either your clients or your family members. But today what I am going to go through is tools that are designed specifically because they're age-friendly. They're designed to be age-friendly or dementia-friendly. They're designed for the situations where, as many of us on this event right now know, we're getting all those calls. I can't figure this out. Or we come and visit and we're like, hey, I haven't gotten any calls from you on this. I can't figure it out. And you find out it's dead. The power is gone. They didn't know how to charge it. And you start to realize, okay, this is a little bit bigger than I thought, right? I can't use the typical tools anymore. They're not working for this situation. Before I go into some of these newer tools, I do want to underscore how vital this topic is. Socialization is critical, and most of us are here today because we know that, but I want to remind us. So research in 2010 that looked at a meta-analysis of 148 research studies showed that the likelihood of living longer was 50% higher if you had strong relationships versus weak relationships. So just survival in general, 50% greater chance of surviving life. Loneliness equals 15 cigarettes a day. This has been established in research and is a very common statistic that you've heard many times by now. But we have to remember that this is true. You can, of course, see from this document that there is a number of very positive impacts that social support has. on the cardiovascular system, the endocrine system, the immune system, inflammatory processes. Weak social support can lead to depression, cognitive decline, poor wound healing, and delayed cancer recovery. These are all significant health impacts that we might be spending hours at doctor's offices trying to find the right pill for, when really what we need is strong relationships. If you want to cut the risk of dementia, build friendships, build relationships, have a wider social network. Women with a large social network, according to AARP study in 2008 of over 2,000 women in California, found that women were 26% less likely to get dementia if they had a large social network. And women who had daily contact with friends and family, 47% decrease in their risk of getting dementia. This is huge. Like, there's no drug at all that can even come close to those kind of results. And it's relationships. We're not asking people to do CrossFit. We're asking people to have relationships. Now, a study specifically on video chat showed at OHSU in Oregon in 2015 that 6 weeks of doing 30 minutes every day of video chat had significant cognitive results for people with dementia and people without dementia. Now, they were measuring people with dementia who we would classify as mild cognitive impairment, so not someone with a later stage of the disease. They were studying people with mild cognitive impairment and people without. Even so, the results were significant, and the results lasted an extra 12 weeks after those 6 weeks. It did not show results for people who used the telephone. So keep that in mind. It's a very intriguing results, right? I personally like the telephone better. I feel like I can connect with people deeper than when I'm looking at their face over the video screen. However, I assume that these results are partly based on how much information we deliver through our face and how much cognitive resources come to play in navigating a relationship in which you're looking at someone's face versus just hearing their voice. That's my guess as to why there is such a significant difference. So let's keep that in mind as we talk about the tools today, that this is a big deal, that someone we care about or our clients need this. They need a plan. Whether you use old-fashioned tools or whether you use new tech, they need a plan in place. So what are some newer age-friendly options, and how do I best choose the option for my family or my clients? So first thing I'll say is I'm going to use these 7 ways of thinking about options. I'm going to categorize the various technologies into one of these ability levels, starting from the most complex options to the simplest options. So if I am the senior, I would be able to say this: I can navigate a tablet or smartphone with my fingers. I will show you technology that will work for people who could say that. I can navigate a tablet by voice. I can navigate TV with a remote. Number 4, I can push 1 or 2 buttons on a screen. I can pick up a phone. I can read or look at printed photos, and I can receive messages that play by themselves without me having to do anything. So I will be categorizing all the options this way. Now, another way to look at options is to think about 2 aspects of an elder. Number 1, are they at low or high dementia? Are they at low or high life experience with new technologies? So you can also be looking at the various technologies in that lens. And then I'm going to be asking myself, if I'm consulting with a family, these are the questions I'm going to ask. I'm going to ask, how often is a helper present in the home? Is the elder by themselves in the home and needs to navigate this technology completely on their own? Do they have someone that visits maybe once a week and could make sure it was charged, could make sure they were reminded how to use it? Or do they have someone living in the home and that person can really help them navigate this new tool? How tech savvy are the helpers? That's a big question. Can they handle all kinds of passwords? Can they handle setting up accounts? Can they make sure that it's connected to Wi-Fi? Like, how techie are these helpers? And then how engaged and driven are family and friends? Are the family and friends, let's say there's a great video chat option, are family and friends actually going to video call or not? right? Because there's other options if family really is not that engaged in the process. There's options that make it easier for family members to be able to participate. And number 4, where will the interaction take place? Is it at their easy chair? Is it by their bed? Is it on their table? Is it something they need to walk around with? We need to be asking those questions. So let's start with the big 3. The big 3. And by the way, if you have comments or questions, please put them in. I may not have time to answer live today because I am probably going to run out of time, because as I started this process, Aging 2.0, which is the world premier networking group for all new technologies, put out a brand new list of new startups that I'd never heard of before, and it came out like a week before this presentation. So I had to add more startups to this list. So as you'll notice, it's not a top 10 anymore. It's like a top 30. So anyway, I don't have enough time to answer questions live, but please type them in, because I will go back and I will review and I will answer the questions as best I can afterwards. So please put your questions in, because I will be going over the chats, and I can email you because your chat is connected to your email account on my end, so I can see how to get in touch with you. So the big 3, Facebook, Google, and Amazon, they all have something that many families would consider senior friendly. I'm going to review them with you quickly, and then we'll talk about some of the pros and cons. So Portal from Facebook. Portal from Facebook, there's 4 different options, from a TV set-top box that converts the TV into a video chat device, all the way to a very special tablet that can stand up on a table and is very robust and has lots of great features on the tablet itself. You can call from your TV, your family can call you, and or one of these $279 tablets that everything's embedded right there in the tablet. Amazon Echo, this is their version. They don't have a TV set version. They have one little device like what you're looking at on your screen that really relies on using voice as well as touch to be able to control the device. And of course, all these devices are much more featured than just being a video chat device. They are fully featured for shopping, for doing a variety of things, for looking at what's at the front door, if you have a camera on your front door, for changing the temperatures, for finding the news, for listening to music, etc. But they all incorporate video chat. And there's different restrictions, of course, as to how many people can be on the video chat, etc. They're all different. But this is the Amazon Echo Show. Next one is Google Nest Hub Max. This is their version. And again, it has lots of features, such as being able to look up recipes quickly and things like that. The things to think about with these options is, on one hand, they may be some of the simplest options to use. They will be some of the cheapest, I can tell you that, because they don't have any monthly fee. A lot of other options have a monthly fee. Not all of them, you will see, but many of them have a monthly fee. These do not. These are integrated already with many family members' lifestyles. Many families use Facebook already. They use Google's Hangouts already. They use Facebook. It's just part of their life. And so this could be a really great way if you've got a family that's in their lifestyle and not really ready to adopt a new app or try something new. This may help everybody stay connected with a person that they care about. Now, on the flip side, I think what concerns some folks is that it may take some techie work to ensure that you set up a private network of friends who are allowed to call grandma and no one else can call her and she can't call anyone else. Right? If you have a senior living with dementia or a senior who's not too techie, you want to make sure that if you're setting them up on these systems, that really only the right people will be able to call them, that no spammers will be able to call them. And you may be able to do that. You may just have to have a little tech knowledge or someone in the family who could help you with that. The other thing families get concerned about is the reason there's no monthly fee is because these companies are relying on being able to really understand you using your data and be able to market products and services to you. And so some families just aren't comfortable with that, with the senior. And some of these do require things like remembering to plug it in and things like that. So again, I'm not saying these are not great options, but I am saying to think about it, to think about, really look at, are these options the best thing for my aging relative? And do a little research before counting on this to be the best option. So now we'll look at these are options that are not developed by the big guys, right? These are all startups that said, hey, we want to change the world, right? We want to end isolation somehow. And so they're not as big, they don't have big marketing budgets. Some of their graphics aren't always as great, right, on their advertising, but they're really trying to break down the boundaries for people who are aging, right? They're not creating something for the mass market like Facebook and Google and Amazon. They're creating something specifically for seniors and their families. So there's often tools that you might not have thought of being implemented in these tools. So I can navigate a tablet or smartphone with my fingers. So maybe I can no longer use an Apple iPhone or an Apple iPad because that's too complicated, but I can still manipulate a tablet who is easy. All right, that's what we'll look at first. So the first most commonly known one is GrandPad. It's available at Target now. It's embedded with cellular data, so you don't have to worry about Wi-Fi at all. The only thing you have to do is dock it every night and make sure that it's charging, and the family pictures will start running on it. But GrandPad is designed to still give some of the options you would get with a tablet, like being able to email, do photos, get on the internet, play games, that kind of thing, as well as you do voice calls and video calls, but making it so simple. You pretty much got a few buttons you can press and big print, right? Big print. The volume, easy to use, right? You can see right there how easy the volume is. You're not running around, where's the volume on this thing, right? You don't have to plug it in anything. You set it in the charger. They really thought through this. It's a little small, I think. It's not the biggest device. So for people with eye issues and stuff, it may be a little small, but it may also be really helpful to someone who doesn't want a big device. As you can see, pretty easy to charge it. So GrandPad's pretty cool, and they're, again, available at Target. You could walk in and get it. Bald Phone. Bald Phone is free, and what they're trying to do is change the way almost any smartphone will work. I think right now they may only be on Android phones. However, what this is it's something you download to the phone that kind of takes over the phone and makes it super easy for someone who needs big print and needs really easy to understand layout of what to do. Now, obviously, this looks a little confusing because I'm showing you every screen all at once, but they would only see one screen at a time and would be able to interact with that screen very easily. And I can tell you, I've got some smart relatives, people who are brilliant, who, as they've aged, just knowing how to close an app or something, it becomes challenging. So something like this might be really helpful, and it's free. Oscar Senior. This is an alternative to GrandPad without the tablet. They're selling just the app to take over the tablet. And they're also, like GrandPad, trying to create a senior-friendly tablet experience. They also integrate with kind of caregiver dashboard so that the family caregiver or the organizational caregiver can manage and see, how's grandma using this? Is grandma on it frequently? Can I help her get connected to more family members? You have a lot of options to be able to set things up for that relative and make it very easy to call people by just clicking on their face, right? There's an app for the family, so the family can manage the contacts for that senior remotely and make sure that they're safe. GrandCare. GrandCare is another option. They're selling a tablet. It's a specific tablet that they sell that has quite a bit that you can do with it. Similar to GrandPad, similar to the other option. However, they're selling this as a tablet. It's not just the app. It's a full tablet like GrandPad. However, it also integrates with various sensors. And so especially if you're interested in monitoring the health of a senior, this can integrate with quite a few different sensors, such as blood pressure device, weight, thermometer, ear thermometer, oximeter, glucose meter, a variety of sensors that you can package with this device and be able to keep track of what's going on in the home. This is an option, and I am sorry, I'm forgetting the name. It is called Family Net. Family Net is currently free, and it is designed as an app that you can have on your phone or your computer that just makes it really easy for an elder to navigate and stay connected with their family. It includes translation features for families that have intergenerational, interlingual relationships, where someone may be speaking, let's say, Romanian as an elder, and then the kids don't speak Romanian, but would like to communicate. It is available on various devices. It's free right now, and you can set up a private network with your family very, very easily. I tried it out before this event just to double check, and it was pretty easy to use. Also very, very accessible. Text can be heard and speech can be read on this particular platform. Together is a very interesting option, and I'm so excited that they've really expanded what they're doing. They're out of Israel, and they're working hard to expand to the United States right now. And as of just, I think, a few days ago, they've launched a new product in the US market that you can download from the App Store. And let me tell you, this is especially awesome for people with dementia. So what Together was doing before was just created a great app for being able to play someone's favorite music to them, especially someone living with dementia, and to keep track of how it was helping them. Well, what they've done now is they've integrated video chat with listening to music. So now you can listen to music with an elder at the same time and see their face, and they can see yours. Especially for dementia, this is a powerful thing, because if the person with dementia is not able to carry on full-on conversations, listening to music with them may unlock incredible memories, may unlock joy and other emotions, and may provide a deeply engaging experience for connecting with one another. So I'm very excited they have developed this, because I think this has a lot of potential, especially for anyone at any level of dementia, to be able to connect with music. As you can see, this device is tracking facial signs of what this music is doing to the person, how they're responding to it. It is reading them emotionally, and it is cataloging that so it can better suggest songs that this person might actually like, that this person might actually find helpful. And I believe you can tell the system whether you want to kind of engage the person and make them more joyful and more ready to laugh, or whether you want to calm them down because they're in a little high-strung mood and you want to calm them down a bit. Together is available both for the family who's got one elder that they love, or for senior living organizations and hospitals that want to roll this out to all of their patients or residents. Here's a quick breakdown of the pricing for the various options I've just went over, and you can see it ranges from about $700 for the Grand Care tablet with all the various tools and accessories and sensors, down to $99 for the Together app, right? It's a range. Some of them have monthly fees, as you can see, and some of them have no monthly fees. So it gives you a good range, because part of what you're also thinking through, I'm sure, is the affordability of the option that you're considering. I can navigate a tablet by voice. So this is going to go back to using the Alexa Echo Show, the Echo Show by Amazon. These are Alexa skills that make the Echo Show easier to use for the senior. These are specifically designed to make it easy for the senior to interact by voice with the Echo Show. They don't need to touch it. They can just talk to it. And they can do that anyway with the Echo Show, but this is designed specifically for seniors to keep them safe, have the private family network, and to have specific skills that make it really easy for the senior to just talk, and the Alexa Show helps them. So SoundMind created the first Alexa skill, and it will give engaging content, like helping them play Jeopardy, helping them listen to music, news, podcasts, help maintain a healthy routine longer, reminding them it's time to stretch, it's time to exercise, time for a walk, time to get a drink of water. It will help them take a trip down memory lane. You can build a legacy kind of album, if you will, and it will respond to them. It will remind them, hey, remember your wedding day? And it will show them pictures of their wedding day or play music from their wedding day, right? So it will stimulate reminiscing. Instant video calling right out of the box. One of the things I love about this option is you buy the Echo Show through SoundMind, and they will set it up ahead of time with Wi-Fi passwords and everything. You set it up from like a smartphone ahead of time when you buy it. And then when it arrives at the senior's house, literally all they have to do is plug it into the wall. So if they can plug it into the wall, they can use this. There's nothing else that they have to do. Just start talking. Hi, are you there? And it will start interacting with them. And they will be able to call you, interact with you, and they didn't have to press a single button. They just plug it in. Super dead simple. BrioCare is also trying to create something that will be really helpful for the senior market. They don't have as much information on their website about kind of all the details of how this works, but basically they also, and I should note, this image is showing a typical Echo, but they have a skill for the Echo Show so that you can talk to family members face to face. You don't have to just use the voice version. But again, similar to SoundMind, they're incorporating all those reminders to help you stay healthy, brain games, music, and communication with family members. You can see they're both exactly the same price, other than the fact that you do buy your Echo Show through SoundMind directly versus going to Amazon. You will pay $20 a month in order to have this skill added to the Alexa Show. I can navigate a TV with a remote. This is a particularly exciting area of development. For a long time, I don't think we could find anything where you could video chat on a TV. I had looked over the past year or two, found nothing, and then all of a sudden there's like 5 options. So kudos to all who are developing these TV video chat options. So most of these are, you literally, you buy a box, and the box has attachments to the TV. You hook them up to the TV, kind of like the Facebook Portal by Facebook, except they have, again, senior-friendly options. So Cradle is the first one. I think Cradle looks like the easiest to navigate from all the ones I've seen. It has only 4 buttons on the remote control, which I absolutely love that they got it down to 4 buttons. It is managed through simply moving left and basically saying yes or no, yes or no, yes or no, and it will navigate to whether you want to do a video call, do you want to look at pictures your family have sent you, do you want to join maybe a group activity that's online that you can participate in yoga or exercise class or a sing-along, do you want to talk to your doctor, right? Those kind of things. Makes it very simple with just 4 buttons to press. Connects to your TV with the HDMI cord, and you're pretty much good to go. They have also, the downside to Cradle is they're only available for organizations right now. Families can't go out and purchase a Cradle. And it's not yet in the United States. They are looking for some partners in the United States to roll out in the US market, and I so hope somebody will partner because they've got a very robust product. Their product also does integrate with up to 10 health and medical and wellness sensors if you want to do remote monitoring of patients. Hey Herbie is available in the United States for the family caregiver as well as the professional. They didn't have very many screenshots on their screen of exactly what this looks like, but we know from their website that they do offer video chat with your family. You can see group activities, watch the local news, and stream content, online content. You get this in a box. It comes to you, you hook it on your TV, and you're good to go to be able to do video chat straight from your TV. This option is an option called Sirona TV. Sirona TV is, again, very similar to, actually, that's Hey Herbie. That's actually Hey Herbie right there. Sorry, guys. I got the wrong slide there. That's a picture of Hey Herbie when it's out of the box, and you can see it on the TV screen. All right, Sirona TV. Sirona TV is another option. It has a little more buttons on the remote, but it does include things like games and weather, and it's kind of a different format than some of the other options. This is what comes in the box, and you can get it all set up pretty quickly, pretty easily. Independa is yet another option. They are available. They're pretty robust system there. I was pretty impressed by all the things they had integrated, from a planner to stories to video chat. You got a lot going on. This is what comes in the box. You've got video chat, photo sharing, smart reminders, messages, and a call button to be able to quickly call somebody in the family. You can see the way that it's laid out on the TV screen, so it's very easy to move back and forth, and it integrates pretty well. If they're watching TV, the notifications come anyway over the TV that they're watching, so they don't have to kind of move into the app to experience things. They can just be watching TV, and then a reminder will come up, or a message will say, hey, do you want to talk to your daughter? She's calling you right now from her baseball game, right? And you can immediately engage, or just see a picture that someone in your family sent to you, right? Now, Independa, they're not as open on their website with their pricing and exactly how this works, and so it definitely raises my my concern as I look at the website and I see the emails that come back to me, etc. It's kind of hidden as to exactly how much is this going to cost you and stuff. So I'm always a big fan of transparency. So just make sure when you contact Independa that you get all the facts straight up. They probably have them all in a document. We'll send them right to you. But as of this event, they had not had them sent to me yet. So if I do this event again, I certainly will be integrating any new information. But yeah, definitely you want to make sure that there's no hidden contracts, no hidden fees. Make sure that it's totally on the line as exactly what you have to pay and what's included and what's not included. But I really liked their system because it was so robust and clean and sleek. I really like that about them. Unipercare is they're doing some really cool things. One of the things they're doing is they're really lining up all kinds of activities for you. Now again, this one is only available, I believe, to organizations at the moment. It's not a business to consumer product yet. But if you are running an organization of any kind, their kind of spin is that they build in all kinds of live activities and recorded activities that the seniors can go to and participate in, as well as video chat with their families. So it's kind of a whole lineup of classes, lifelong learning and fitness classes, wellness classes, socialization opportunities, kind of all ready to go. You don't have to create them yourself, right? You can participate right away, very quickly. You can see other people who are participating, and it's all within kind of a safety net. So you're only going to classes that are approved classes, vetted classes that are part of your network. You can't just be surfing the internet to find these classes. You can see there's quite a library of opportunities for folks to be able to participate right from their home at their TV. Again, here's the pricing. You can receive these slides from me later if you like. It ranges from about $150 one-time fee to monthly fees ranging from $10 up to $75 a month. So quite a range depending on the service and depending really on what you're getting and the quality of it and how much telehealth you're using. That's generally where you see the cost rise. As the more telehealth features, the more expensive it gets. I can push 1 or 2 buttons on a screen. Like, I can do that. If that's where the person's at, then these are some options that might work great. Comp is not available in the United States yet, but it should be soon, so you can sign up to be on their mailing list and find out when they're available in the United States. Their whole plan is to create something that looks and feels like a very old-fashioned TV. I'll tell you, I've got some relatives, they cannot use the remote control. Like, that's too hard. They are used to a dial on a TV. That's what they're used to. And so let's give them a dial. Let's make this so easy that they can use a dial and maybe click a button on the screen. Let's make it look just like the kind of TVs that they grew up with. So that's Comp. And I really like where they're going with that because I know I have an aging relative right now who would benefit significantly from this device. That's what comes in the box. Soci-Avi, really a pioneer in this space. Their mission was to create a device, not a TV, not a tablet, not anything else that's on the market, that was designed specifically for seniors. Design it specifically for their unique challenges and needs, right? That was their goal, and it continues to be their goal. So they have a device that stands up by itself. It can sit next to the bed in a nursing home, right? In an assisted living, at home, across from where they normally sit. And the elder can either make calls or the family can make calls to them. You can set it up where the calls from family are auto answered, so they don't even have to press a button. They just hear a ring and here comes a family member. That's really helpful if someone cannot use a device at all, but could sit and look when someone rings in. You can see the format that they use, the way the screen looks when a call's coming in. Makes it very easy to just click. And you can send pictures to the frame, so folks can be looking at pictures all day, even if you can't be on a video chat with them. Makes it very easy interface. Includes reminders that will pop up as needed. And this is a peek into what the family app looks like, because the family interacts with the device through their own app. So family members on their smartphone send pictures and videos and create a phone call with the device from their smartphone. Connect is very much like Soci-Avi in the sense that the two of them are trying to create a supremely ability age-friendly device. That's their goal. Like, anybody should be able to use these devices. That is their plan. That is their hope. Connect, I think one of the things that they've really honed in on is physical disabilities as well as cognitive disabilities. Really looked at, okay, how can we help people who are almost deaf, people who are hard of hearing? Okay, let's include closed captioning into that software. Let's make sure we can support multiple languages. Let's make sure we can support different physical configurations. Does it need to be hanging over a bed? Does it need to be on a pole? Does it need to be on a cart? Like, let's figure out how we can make this so easy that anybody with any ability level can participate in it. They're also one of the few ones that I found where the screen itself can be touched by anything. So you do not have to use the human finger or a special pointer. You can use gloved hands. You could use hands on a sock. You could use a regular pencil. Like, whatever you have available to you to touch the screen, you can touch the screen. You don't need to worry about making sure someone's using a finger or a special device. They base this on Skype as the underlying tool. From my recollection, Skype is what's underlying it, and so they're able to also do some screen sharing, where you can screen share and show pictures and stuff, which a lot of the other devices, you wouldn't be able to do that. As you can see, it's very easy to look at with the face and the name, big print, and two options, reject or answer the call. Going to be really easy for someone to use this. I love the transcription because we are working with people who are hard of hearing, and even though they've got loud speakers, the transcription can make all the difference in being able to communicate with someone you care about. It's going to print what you're saying. I mean, they've really thought of almost everything. ViewClicks is a little simpler version of the last two. Again, it's a tablet or a screen that makes it very simple. Basically, all it does, I mean, I'm sure it does more than this, but all it does is it receives photos and allows for video chat. It also allows for reminders. It's super simple. You're not trying to play games on this. You're not trying to talk to your doctor on this. Like, this is for communicating as a family and staying in connection. Very, very simple. Very simple. I love it. I just love how simple it is, right? And it's very affordable. As you can see, you have $50 a month for the comp, which is not available in the USA, the TV-looking item. Soci-Avi is $24 a month plus a one-time fee of $5.95. The ViewClicks is $2.99 one time, no monthly fee, and Connect is $6.95 plus the $25 a month membership. So you have a variety of options there, and you're going to get what you pay for as far as the number of features and the level of how disability friendly the device is. I can answer a phone. That's where I'm at. I can answer a phone. I can pick up an old-fashioned landline, right? Okay, if we're in that situation, right, I mean, there's a lot we can do without technology. However, one of the things that we find a lot is that family members just have trouble remembering to call, or call at the wrong time. The elder is sleeping, the elder is at a meal, the elder is not available, or the elder is trying to call family members and they're at work. They're with their kids, putting their kids to bed. They're at church. They're at the bar with their friends, right? And so it becomes very challenging to really make phone calls among 6 to 10 family members to the elder happening frequently. It might be happening every quarter, every 6 months, but is it happening once a week? Is it happening every month? Is it really happening? It's not because people don't want to do it. It's just because it's really hard to coordinate schedules in today's world. So I am so excited about Family Jam. Let me tell you, I found out about them last night. Again, I mean, I just can't believe how fast this stuff is being developed. This team has created a system that there's no app involved. All you do is you go to a website, you put in the phone numbers of the family members that are interested in all connecting with Grandpa. And what it does is it learns what time of day works for each person. So what will happen is Grandpa will get a call. I'll say, hey, Grandpa, do you want to talk to someone in your family? If you do, stay on the line. And then it calls the person that it guesses is most available right now. And it learns if the person doesn't pick up, it doesn't call them again at that time, at least for a while. It tries a different time. And it might try another family member who also could be available at that time. And so it learns what time of day works for the elder and for each person in the family. And it learns this over time. It won't learn it right away, as it has some features at the beginning, first week, to be able to start learning the family's patterns. But then it just takes time to learn the family. But as it learns, it gets better and better. And pretty soon, you're getting calls when you're most available and they're most available. And I absolutely love this. Me and my family need this, and I may be trying it. And I love how they set it up so that each of the family members can be part of this. It's only $15 a month. I mean, it's an amazing deal. I can read or look at printed photos. All right, so some seniors, like no matter what we do, technology is just not going to be their thing. Like it's just not. Maybe they're still taking a phone call, but you want more. They want more from you, and you want more from them. You want to share more of your life with them, but they're not going to do video chat. They don't like FaceTime. They don't read email, whatever, but they still read. Okay. This new service called Familio, oh my gosh, it is a game changer. So check this out. Once a month or every week, it's up to you, your grandparent, your parent, your uncle receives a newsletter specifically for them. And it's got pictures and notes from the family that have been collected over the past month. And you might say, that's a lot of work. We gotta go in, lay out the stuff, upload all these photos. No. Yeah, there's lots of options that you can do that right now. This option is so different. Basically, family members get an app, and they upload pictures to it and put little comments on it. At the end of the month, it takes the kind of the last 30, and it throws it into the newsletter automatically, and it automatically sends them the newspaper. I mean, can you get any simpler than this? And as you know, so many elders love to read and retain their reading ability late into their life, late into dementia. This is really powerful. Imagine an elder living at home alone or living in a senior living community with some dementia, not able to navigate all the new technologies, but they're delivered this. They're handed this by somebody, and they get to review it all month long or all week long, depending on your subscription level. Here's an example newsletter, just so you can see how it's laid out. Easy, fairly big print, pictures are really blown up. It lays out the pictures very well. This is just incredible to me. And it's so cheap. It's $7.45 a month if you do once a month delivery. If you do 4 magazines a month, it's $22.75 a month. I mean, Incredible. Can you imagine you get the whole family engaged, the 6 kids and the 10 grandkids and the 12 great grandkids, and they're all sharing pictures and stuff? I mean, how awesome to be able to pull that together with literally nothing but posting a picture from your phone. I mean, they've really made this simple. And then finally, I can receive messages that play automatically. All right, that's kind of the most simple, like I can do nothing. I'm laying in a bed and I can't do anything, but messages come through automatically. And Soci, Avi, Connect, and ViewClicks, which we already covered, all 3 do that. So you've got your those are covering that need. Messages will play, pictures will come. The person doesn't have to do anything as long as you set that setting that way. A couple bonus options real quick. I know we're running out of time. If you need to go, I think we've probably hit the hour mark. This is recorded and we've really covered everything you need to know today. You feel free to get the slides from me. Just email me. Thank you for joining me. I will go on for a few more minutes just to make sure I wrap things up, but please do not feel like you have to stay. Thank you so much for learning about this important, very critical intervention for seniors across the United States. So Heart Legacy, this is only available for senior living communities, but I bring it up because I think a lot of senior living communities are struggling right now to figure out what to do. Home health, senior living, home care, struggling with what to do. Like, how do we implement video chat? It's really hard to schedule video chats with the family members, make sure everybody's available at the same time, etc. Heart Legacy kind of solves all that for a senior living environment or a home health or even a hospital environment. Basically what happens is the team that's supporting the elder will record them telling a story, record them sharing a message, record them saying a bit of wisdom, whatever, and then that automatically gets sent just to the family members associated with that person. They click the name, bam, everybody that is associated with AJ gets that message. And then all of AJ's family get to respond. They get to send pictures and videos right back wherever they are. So this is a great option if you run any kind of organization, extremely affordable, and it makes it possible to do asynchronous communication between residents and their families, patients and their families. You don't have to try to be scheduling video chats when everybody's available at the same time, especially if you're short-staffed because of whatever's going on in your community, in your city right now. It gives you the option to, okay, it's 4 o'clock. Let's see what messages came through and connect people to the people that they love. AGE-u-cate is not available yet. However, I think it's coming. They're working on this right now. It's a movable little robot that can move around the house to where the elder is. So the elder is forgetting they're there or doesn't know what to do. It can come and remind them, hey, your family might like to talk to you. Whereas a lot of other devices can get lost. They can get put into a drawer, right? It can be hard unless you're using the TV or one of those really heavy screens. It can get lost. AGE-u-cate is not going to get lost. It might walk away, I guess, but it's not going to get lost. So AGE-u-cate will let you do video chat as well as participate in all kinds of programming, group programming or one-on-one programming. I'm assuming that we'll find pricing as soon as it's available in the United States. So if I'm consulting with a family, I'm going to be asking these 4 questions along with the questions I asked earlier, right? If I've reviewed all this technology, I'm going to look at these questions. What will be frustration-free for my aging relative? What will my family actually use? Does everyone have the right kind of device? Does it match our lifestyle and habits, right? Some options may only work on Android or on iPhone, or they may only work on computer. And is the family actually going to use it, right? Will they really do video chat? Or do people not do that in your family, right? Would they perhaps post a picture that could be in a newspaper, right? Would they pick up the phone if someone called them and was like, hey, you ready to talk to grandma? Every family is different, so you got to fit this into the lifestyle. Don't try to make the family fit the technology. Find the technology that fits the family, okay? That's critical. Number 3, will our system be failure-free? Is the power source easy to use? Will powering on be easy, right? When I say failure-free, what I mean is this something that's going to die in a week because they don't know how to plug it in? Is it something that if they can actually turn off and they're not at the place in their life where they will remember how to turn it on? So you're going to have to be coaching them constantly on how to turn it back on, right? Find the system that will be failure-free for the environment and for the person that you're caring for. And then, is it fun to use? Make sure it's a device that's not doesn't cause you frustration, cause you a lot of like, oh, I hate using this thing. It never works right, whatever. Make sure it's a device that just feels fun to use. You're like, you want to use it. It inspires you. Not like, oh my gosh, what is this thing, right? You want to be in that frame of mind. So my name is Benjamin Surmey, and I am eager to support you. Please email me if you've got any questions, or if you would like the slides from today, or the link to the rough draft blog article that I'm writing that has all the links to each company, so that you can ask for a demo from one of the companies, so that you can watch the videos, because a lot of these companies have videos showing exactly how to use it. I'm happy to send that to you. Thank you for what you're doing to engage either your own family member or to engage the people that you take care of as a professional. This is one of the most critical conversations we can have in our country right now. How do we help our elders stay engaged no matter where they are, no matter what cognitive level they're at, no matter what ability level they're at, no matter how old they are, no matter how much they love or don't love technology, they can stay connected with family and friends.